Hello everyone, and thanks for taking some time out of your day to visit my channel. So today I just thought I'd make a little review video for the digital Nightwish concert that just happened this weekend. So this was an evening with Nightwish digital concert at the Islander Arms, which was a digital venue that they put on, and they did a 2-night show, and it was just so amazing. It's something I've been talking about with a lot of you other fellow Nightwish fans for a long time and been looking forward to for a while. Now I knew before it happened it wouldn't be something I could do a reaction to, because obviously it's a paid live stream, wouldn't be right. So I've made this video just to give you my thoughts in case anyone is interested, but I also want to just use this video as a forum because I genuinely want to hear from you. I've had so many conversations from previous Nightwish reaction videos I've done talking about this show, how excited we are and everything. So I'm really keen to hear from you and hear what you guys thought. I just thought the whole thing was brilliant. It lived up to the hype for me so much. I was so pleased with just how great it sounded and how satisfied I was to hear some of the songs live for the first time. I think when it first started, I know myself and probably a lot of you may be a bit anxious of how it's all gonna look, how it's all gonna pan out. Would it still have that same magic that their shows normally do? And for me, it absolutely did. And it was so cool actually. It was really nice for me not to do a reaction and not do a review, just to be a normal fan, just sit down and enjoy a whole Nightwish show instead of just bit by bit. It was great, and I just lost myself in the fantasy. I was just swept away with this beautiful performance. But when it started, obviously, like I said, I was going in with slight kind of apprehension of how it was all going to look. Remember when I first saw the graphics, I thought it was a little bit strange, because you can clearly see they're kind of standing on like a massive green screen, which is what they use to like project the effects. And I remember at first I'm like, it's a bit strange, but very quickly I found myself loving it and feeling very comfortable with the whole setup. What I liked about it is you could really hear and see everything so clearly. Sometimes with the live shows, obviously you got a lot of noise from the crowd, which is great, and in a way it was sad that that wasn't there to hear that crowd reaction at the end. But at the same time, with no distractions, I could see all the instruments, I could see everything being played, and everything sounded so crisp and great. I know some people had some technical issues. I don't know if anyone here did, but for me it was perfect. Just the sound, the video, streaming, just all was flawless. So I was really pleased about that. I think at first the way it would like cut from the live band and show the graphics and like the scenery, sometimes it didn't quite work for me. There was moments where there would be like a big drop in the song, like a big moment, and then it cut to the outside and like, no, I want to see the band in that moment. So there was sometimes it was kind of choreographed very well, and other times the timing wasn't quite right. But by the end of it, I really liked it. I kind of lost myself in the fantasy that they were playing in this, made-up venue on the edge of this cliff. It was just so magical. I was quite happy with it by the end of it. There's one thing we have to talk about, something that was missing, something that was kind of strange for me, must be even stranger for the hardcore, long-time Nightwish fans, but the lack of Marco. It's very odd. He has just, I think we're all just so used to him being there. He has such a presence that it was kind of sad to see him not there, and it was kind of hard to shake that throughout. But they did an amazing job. I think my doubts were very quickly put to bed. I thought Yuka from Winter Sun is a great choice. I saw beforehand the announcement. Knowing that he's the Winter Sun bassist meant I had a lot of faith in him. I knew he'd be able to handle it perfectly fine. And it was kind of interesting the way he was in the show. I felt like he was very humble. He kind of kept back and did his thing. He wasn't like, yeah, I'm the bassist, yeah! It was like, he was very much, because they kind of announced him as a session bassist. They didn't say, hey, here's Marco's replacement. They said, he's going to be our session bassist for the rest of the tour. So I guess they're keeping things open. Maybe they'll continue with him. I mean, who knows? Maybe Marco will come back by the time he's finished the tour. We'll see. Lots of unanswered questions that we don't know at this stage. But I thought it was great. I mean, they didn't really like pan too much to him as well. We didn't see too much of him close up on the camera, and I'm guessing that was deliberate for those reasons we just mentioned. But I thought he was great. He did a great job for sure. The set list, my goodness. I know a lot of people were saying they were really happy with the set list. So I watched the second night because I'm in North America. So I'd heard some stuff already. Like people were saying from the first night that the set list was great. So I had high expectations, and oh my goodness, I'm so pleased with the songs they picked. With the intro to music to begin was cool, and that's cool seeing Kai do like the drums for that bit. And then went to Noise, which was really cool to hear, and like that is such a big one to start with, such great energy. Floor hit some crazy notes straight away, and I'm like, wow, you're really starting strong. And then they did Planet Hell, and I was not expecting that. It's one of my favorite songs that I've discovered from them. So I was so pumped when I heard that choir intro. And she was singing both of their parts, which is crazy because normally, like the version I know with Taya, and it's like equal parts, Taya and Marco, she was doing it all herself, and then she even like took his vocals and went up an octave and was like screaming it. So, I mean, Floor did an incredible job of carrying that extra energy and trying to kind of compensate for the lack of Marco. So she really had her hands full with that. I mean, Troy was doing a great job with the backing vocals as well, but I mean, oh God, they really had a lot on their plates to make everything work. But yeah, it was really cool to see everything in more detail and like a bit more clear, because I feel like a lot of the live shows, Thomas is playing over while they have like orchestral backing tracks, so quite often I don't hear him playing. I thought there was a lot of moments where I really got to actually see him, you know, like the keyboard solo in Planet Hell and a few other moments, and you could see the joy on their faces as well. Seeing that interaction was amazing. It really meant something, and it means a lot to everyone that they've done this, and they've given us something in these times where we still can't have proper concerts. So it was just such a special vibe. There was something so beautiful about it. The looks on their faces, they were clearly enjoying themselves. They're clearly so passionate about it. And yeah, especially with like the OG members, like seeing Tuomas and Empu having little moments, little eye contact together. Empu, as always, solid as a rock, just played everything. He's got the chug chug chugs riffs. He can do the lead guitar stuff as well, just so flawlessly. And he's just such fun to watch. He's always got like just a cool expression on his face. And he's just such a fun musician to watch, and just their chemistry and everything is just so wonderful. I have to say, I was so impressed with Troy throughout that. He brought so much to the table. Like, he played so many different instruments. It was so impressive, and he really had to, without Marco, a lot of the backing vocals were falling on his lap, so he had to do that as well. And even though he's not the strongest singer, like, he did a great job. He's like not as powerful as Marco. He still did a really good job, I have to say. I mean, he had so much on his plate to do with all the different instruments and make up for the lack of Marco. There were definitely moments where I really missed Marco's vocals. Like there's some other songs where there's like 3-part harmonies, where like previous videos I watched, the 3 of them were singing. So some moments it sometimes felt a little bit thinner. But again, they did so well with what they had, and they made it still work. And also seeing Troy on the electric guitar was great as well. That really added some extra elements that I've not heard before. I think Sleeping Sun, he was doing harmonized the guitar solo with Empu, and that sounded great. So if there's any non-guitarists, or if you just don't know, you may have noticed that he had a small device on his guitar, and it was like a little light that you saw hanging above the string. So that's called an EBO. That kind of electronically activates the strings. So you get a much smoother sound, almost like kind of turning a guitar into a violin a little bit. So that was really cool that he was doing that, because there were times when that almost mimicked the sound of the Uilleann pipes or like another vocal line. So he would use that as a harmony with Floor. So adding extra texture was so cool. And he did it at the start of the greatest show on earth. Oh, I was in awe at that moment. That was so amazing. That sounded so great at the start of that. Almost sounded like Pink Floyd. Heavy reverb soloing over that beautiful piano part. It was just stunning. Thought Kai was great, as always, just an absolute machine throughout. And it was really interesting hearing him do songs that I've only heard the live versions with Jukka previously. And they are very different drummers. Kai is just, he can be a lot more technical. And he definitely puts his own spin on certain songs, like some of the fills are crazy fast and syncopated, very much his style. There's definitely moments, they're very different, it's hard to compare, I'm sure people have differing opinions. There are definitely some moments from older songs where I feel like Jukka's drumming had more intensity and had a kind of different feel to it, but still really cool. And like Kai just had a big smile on his face the whole time. You could tell he was enjoying that, he was loving it. He had a really nice energy that he was bringing to the show, so that was great. Now I knew I was taking a risk with this show because I've done quite a few reactions, but there are a few I haven't gotten to yet, and I had a feeling there would be some new ones for me, so I won't be able to do first time reactions. So there were some nice new tracks I discovered, which was really fun. Dark Chest of Wonders was the one I went back to find and look that up. That was really fun. I'd still like to find some of their songs and maybe do reactions. It might not be a first time reaction, but obviously it's completely different at a whole live show with an audience and everything. But yeah, it was great obviously to discover some new ones. So because I watched the second stream, I actually went back to watch the recording of the first one afterwards and catch some performances from the new album that I was wanting to hear, such as Tribal and Shoemaker. And my goodness, they didn't disappoint, just so epic. And all these songs we were wondering about, can Floor hit? Well, she did it so easily. I mean, one thing that stood out through the whole show is Floor Jansen. She really is the Valkyrie goddess, as everyone says. Just incredible. She could make anything sound good. Like, the whole thing was great, but it was very challenging for a number of reasons to do what they did. And I can't imagine any other singer to make it work as well as she did. I mean, Floor could harmonize with a fart and make it sound amazing. Just some of those new songs have such hard vocal lines. Think about the middle section in Pan. It's so complicated, and the ending of Shoemaker, and she just made it look so easy. It did not look that hard. And constant challenges throughout the entire set, you know, not to mention other songs where she's trying to sing Marco's parts. She just did it so well and just had such presence. She brought the whole thing to life. She tied everything together. It was florious, euphoria, floorgasms all around. Whatever other pun you want to think of is justified and warranted for the amazing performer that she is. It's just no wonder everyone is in love with her and everyone reacts to her videos and is just obsessed. She is just on another level. I've never seen another singer have that kind of presence and skill and everything. The whole package, can do a wide range of voices and everything. She can make any song, just takes it to the next level. It's unbelievable. So there was a weird thing that happened to me during the show, which I'm going to share with you, and I swear on my life this actually happened. So my partner Parisa and I were very much looking forward to this. We were catching the Saturday show, and I mean, I've been looking forward to this for weeks. All day we were super pumped for it. We rushed back home to make sure we caught the stream. We were through most of the show. We were about an hour 10 minutes in. There was an actual fire in our building. We were evacuated mid-show, and it was just the most bizarre experience. It was obviously a horrible thing to happen. You hear these expressions like, oh, the band was so good, they brought the house down, this band was so amazing, they were on fire. Well, it was very strange timing, because just as I was thinking that about Nightwish, that actually happened, and we were evacuated, and we were outside for hours. It was a pretty scary and jarring situation. So luckily the firefighters did get here soon. They put it out before it spread to any other apartments. My heart goes out to those that were affected by it. It's really sad and really awful. But just from a personal point of view, we were safe, didn't affect our apartment. We were a bit shooken up by the time we got in. It's just something, you know, can always happen, but it's never happened to me before. So it was just a bit of a shock, and the timing of everything was strange. But we came back just in time for the final 3 pieces of music, and it was surreal. And I mean, what an amazing way to end the show. Ghost Love score, The Greatest Show on Earth, and then Ad Astra. All just, I just got steadily more emotional with each one. I would already have been emotional, I think, just from watching it and the build up to the show, and like how much these songs have meant to me lately. You know, I had goosebumps throughout, and it just got, my emotions were just getting higher and higher as it went along. And God, the way it ended with all of them sitting on the floor, you know, drinking out of their wooden mugs, and Floor singing that vocal part of Ad Astra, right after that speech from Ad Astra as well, the Carl Sagan quote, which is just so powerful and inspiring. And the way they combined the graphics at that point was brilliant, because it almost reminded me of that fan-made video that was made for the second CD. You know, these sweeping shots of beautiful scenery, almost like they were purposely paying homage to that little fan video that was made, because I know Tuamas approved of that. So almost like they took inspiration from that in a way, and that just works so well. And then it just cut to Floor singing alone, and it was almost like they were all sat down and just saluting her, just letting her have that moment, letting her finish off the show, because she really was just a standout performer. It was brilliant the way she carried herself through the whole show and finished it off. And that inspiring piece of music, oh man, I was in tears. It was really crazy, and I was just feeling so grateful It's so sad when there's like an accident or something horrible that happens. The same way it's sad when you see all these world events. But we have art, we have music as a transportation to a magical place where we can be happy. It's escapism, it's inspiring, it's like a fantasy. It taps into something that's above kind of other events, and that no matter what's going on in your life, you have that to escape to, you have that as comfort. So I was very emotional at the end of it, but it was great. I just had all these thoughts running through my head, thinking about this reaction channel and all the people I've connected with, and what all of you have shared with me, saying how much the band means to you, how their music has got you through dark times, seeing them put on this digital show for everyone, you know, showing they really care about the fans, and doing this. It just was, whoa, it all bubbled up, and it was incredible, and it was weirdly one of the best concerts I've ever been to, and I didn't leave my sofa. It's bizarre times that we are living in, but it's just made me even more excited to go see them in person one day. I'm sure it's going to happen. Either they come to Vancouver or I'll go to Europe. I need to see them. I want to be with real people and see everyone coming together and connected by their amazing music. I don't really know what else to say, but I just thought I'd share that experience, share my thoughts. It was just a beautiful experience. I'm so grateful to Nightwish and what they've brought the world and these performances. I'm so grateful for the community, all the Nightwish fans coming together, making reaction videos, and the Discord servers, and all this, seeing how it all brings everyone together, and we're all sharing this common interest, this common love for music. Oh, okay, I'm blabbering as always, but I hope you guys enjoyed my little review of the show. I'm sure there's lots of things I've missed. I'm sure there's going to be a wide range of opinions. Maybe a lot of you might disagree with some stuff I said. Yeah, I genuinely want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you thought of the concert. Let's treat the comment section like the bar outside the venue. Let's all have a drink and talk about our favourite part of the show and what we remember, what we took away from it. Definitely want to hear from you guys. Alright everyone, that's all I've got for you. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see some more music-based content and reactions and what have you, please be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button. That would help me out very much. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.